my name is Jess, and welcome to Original Budgets by Jess, where we simply budget happy. And in today's video, we will be budgeting check number 1 for March of 2023. So let's get started. All right, you guys, happy March. March is actually my birthday month. I will be turning 25 this month. Super excited about it. My birthday is on March 26th. But now let's get into my happy budget. So the starting balance for this check was $1,801.72. Then here we have our bills, which the bill total was $1,185. Then we go into living expenses. Living expenses became out to a total of $610 with a remaining balance for savings, which is $6.72, which that will actually remain as a buffer in my checking account because it makes no sense to just withdraw $6. I know for some people they would do that, but for me, I'm not going to. A couple of highlights that I want to mention for the check for number 1 for March. I took out 2 living expense categories. So I've already talked about this a little bit in my last video for my March recap in detail, but just real quick, if you haven't seen it, it's okay. But real quick, I took out eating out and miscellaneous. The reason why is because we've been doing very poorly in overspending on food, and our goal is to move out of our 1-bedroom apartment by June of this year, and we're not hitting that goal at the moment. So the money that we've been allocating to eating out, we're now going to allocating to saving it so we can move out of this apartment complex. So that's what's different about living expenses. The next thing that's different for living expenses, I will no longer be using my credit card for these purchases. The reason why, I've been spending over per category. I haven't been spending over in my overall budget, but I have been spending over per each category. And we got to cut that out because, as you can see, I haven't been saving as much as I know I can be. So we're working that out as well. We don't have any debts for this paycheck, which is nice. The debt that actually I do have is my car loan, and I already put that as a bill because I'm not really trying to pay it off as fast because my car is an older car, and I'd rather allocate money that I would put towards a car loan to something else. So that's how we're working it out. And then other than that, we just barely started this, so I don't have any expenses to write down. And that's basically it. It's nice, short, simple, and sweet. I didn't want to go list everything out because everything is basically the same. But wait, there is something different in the bills. So for rent, I used to do it $600 and then $1,000 in the next check. I decided to split it down the middle and do $800 and $800, so it's a more manageable amount. And then I actually moved eyebrows as a bill instead of having it as a living expense. So that's something new in the bills category. Did I cover everything? I think I did. So before I go, I actually have a question for you guys. So my question to you, would you rather budget in an app or would you rather budget on paper how I do? I want to kind of get what my community does in their budget so I can make sure I'm helping you guys the best way I can. I know for me, to answer the question real fast, I love doing my budget on paper, but I track my expenses in an app called Notion, and then I transfer it on paper. So that's kind of how I do it. So let me know in the comments down below, would you rather do an app or paper? With that said, always remember, be you, stay true, be original ink. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hold it. I totally forgot. I owe you guys tips on how to stay in budget. So let's go over those real quick. So tip number 1 to staying in budget. Budget based off of your lifestyle and life events. So to kind of go into a little bit of detail, you want to budget for events and things that are important to you in your life. So for instance, if you're a Starbucks girl or guy and you love to drink Starbucks or eat Starbucks, budget that as a priority for you, whether that be in a living expense or whether that be a bill. It's all up to you. For me, getting my eyebrows done is important to me. I like my eyebrows to look fresh and clean, so I put that as a bill. So do what's best for you. The next thing, tip number 2, create an easy way to track your day-to-day expenses. In order for your budget to get better, you gotta know how you're doing. You gotta know what you're spending your money on. You can't adjust your budget if you're not tracking your expenses. So for me, I use Notion, and I've created small little charts within my page to track my expenses. Other people who use cash, they have little tracker sheets with their cash envelopes and they write it on paper. Find what works for you. If you like doing an app or you like paper, do something so you can improve your budget over time. Don't just think, oh, I can keep it in my head, I'm going to remember. There's no way you can remember over 10 transactions. Yeah, you can remember what you spent that money on most likely, but you're not going to remember each amount, how much it cost, when you purchased it. All that shouldn't have to be just stay in your brain when you have other things you need to remember. Tip number 3, have an accountability partner and create habits. So my accountability partner is my boyfriend Dennis. We do live together, therefore just naturally he's my budgeting bestie, as I like to call him, and we work together on making our budgets work for our life. And then I also have created habits. I have monthly habits, weekly habits, daily habits that I follow that help me keep myself organized and keep my budget moving so I can achieve my financial goals for this year and also for years beyond. So that's very important. If you don't have somebody in your personal life that can be your budget bestie, I will be your budget bestie. This is why I created Original Budgets by Jess, to have a place for people to come who don't have somebody to hold them accountable for their finances. So if you don't have anybody, I would love it so much to be your budget bestie, so we can get better at budgeting together. And make sure you create your own habits that work for yourself. I would research it if you need to research it. If you want me to do a video on how I created my own, I would also love to do that for you guys. Any way I can help, I definitely want to help. And then that's basically it. So recap real fast. Number 1, budget based off your lifestyle and life events. Number 2, create an easy way to track your day-to-day expenses. Number 3, have accountability partner and create those habits. With that being said, now we can close out this video. Always remember, be you, stay true, be original ink. And I'll see you guys in the next video.